We've progressed from marine layer to beautiful sunshine, back to marine layer here in Manhattan Beach. And that can only mean one thing. We are late in the day on a Saturday, and it's time to plan the final trip to the semifinals. Stadium Court, again, ready to rock here in Manhattan Beach. The AVP Heritage Series, the second of 3 events on the year. Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin, getting the crowd ready, capacity crowd on hand. The VIP is still full. People enjoying their early evening of volley here on a Saturday. And we have Kelly Cheng and Sara Hughes, the number 2 seed and Olympians, taking on Terese and Megan Kraft, the number 4 seed. This is an elimination match. A look at Cheng and Hughes coming off that Olympic experience, and pretty special for Sara Hughes. It's neat when you go to the Olympics. It's all the better when you have one of your childhood best friends go as well as part of the indoor team. Pretty interesting story there for the Southern California native. As you can look at Terese and Megan Kraft finally making their last-minute preparations for this match. Mentioned Justine Wong Orantes. She was childhood friend of Sara Hughes, and here are the two of them pre-Olympics. And we can go back in time a little bit here, Cameron Irwin.
How awesome is this?
Look at the littles.
Getting to see them. 20 years ago, they started their volleyball journey together and both becoming Olympians. That is just an epic story with some great medals around their necks. Sara Hughes looking for another type of plaque here in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, Justine Wong Orantes now a 2-time medalist, gold and silver in the Olympic Games. Someone goes to the semis here in American style in Manhattan Beach. At the end of this one, let's give it to Mark Sherman to get us going.
And we are ready to rock. Oh, look at those two. They're ready to rock. Absolutely. Let's do this. We got one more match. We have had some fantastic matches today. And these two ladies, I know, you're ready. Edge of your seat. You're ready to get back out on the court. We got 4 women of Troy out of USC. And I just want to get this thing going. I want to do this, so let's get out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you all together. You ready for it? Let's go. As a pair, this pair out of USC. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear loud and proud for Terese Cannon and Megan Kraft. And we're going to get this pair out there together, too. They played together in college at USC. Best pair in the nation, setting records left and right. They won so many national championships. Then they took a little break. Then they got back together, and then they won a world championship. They went to the Olympic Games to represent the USA together. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Sara Hughes and Kelly Cheng.
The sun peeks out from behind the burgeoning marine layer, and we get underway with our final match on Stadium for the evening. This one, the Dane Blanton Sand Classic.
I was just about to say, it is a great day to be a Trojan.
I was going to have it be the Memorial Classic, but I didn't want anyone thinking that we had lost Dane from the universe. I just saw him yesterday.
I saw him today.
He's healthy. And here.
He said he did 60 matches in 15 days for the Olympics.
Yeah, so maybe there was some doubt about his livelihood at the moment. All right, we're underway. Hughes and Cheng in the white and blue, the red and black clad. Kraft and Cannon. Good rally to start. Here comes Sara Hughes. Oh, change of direction.
That has been one of her go-to shots today. We've seen her a couple times in several different matchups, but her ability to come in from that right side and turn this ball back to the sideline has just caused so many teams problems.
A lot of wind now coming from the north. Wind starting to swirl, and this is typical around sunset evening time here in the South Bay. That ball is going to be off the block into the antenna, or reverse of that. We'll see. That ball being called into the antenna first.
Uh-oh.
And second point awarded 2-0 to Cheng and Hughes. Since we last saw the number 2 seed, that was just a couple of hours ago. They have in fact played 2 more matches and 5 sets of volley. A 15-13
no way.
win over DeBerg and Harvard was their first to survive to get here. They had to win another, and now they open 3-0 here. But there has been so much volleyball played today. Match to match to match for these teams.
And that's what happens when we expand the draw to 32 teams. If you find yourself in the contenders, your path becomes so difficult and daunting. The number of matches you have to play to get back into it really is going to test your physical fitness. And when you look at a team like Cheng and Hughes, there's no doubt their physical fitness is through the roof. However, coming from the Paris Olympics just a week ago, the amount of travel and the trek, you can imagine there has just been a good amount of toll placed on their bodies. Can't wait to see how they fight through it in this one.
Yeah, never mind the mental toll, that build up and then trying to cycle back down. You know, happy to be out on home sand for the two Southern California players as that ball is hit long. On the other side for Cannon and Kraft, I asked them a question. No one was in the talking mood, by the way, with elimination on the line. No one wanted to discuss anything on their way into the stadium. They just said we need to stay aggressive and side out.
Yeah, there's a laser focus about all four of these athletes. They get locked in.
Good move by Kraft. Can she pay it off? Yes, she can. The big right arm.
We saw Kraft and Cannon play against TKN, and one of the defensive alignments that worked well against May Kraft was putting actually a little bit more of that line block in front of her down defender into the angle. She really likes to attack with some pace cross court.
May Kraft 4 titles during her time at USC. Kelly Cheng 4 titles during her time.
Sara Kelly with a finish with 4-3.
Hand in hand yet again. That's Cheng and Hughes. A way to connect on these end changes.
Kelly Cheng, 2-time player of the year. Kraft and Cannon, part of the next wave of athletes. Cheng and Hughes are right on that cutting edge of beach volleyball's rise in the collegiate ranks. And what a benefit it's been to the athletes to get all that training, all those reps, all that opportunity. Short serve. Sara's under it and poking, not yet. Trojan on Trojan crime.
There's going to be a lot of that. I just love the way May Kraft is just groveling to find this dig. Outstretched, full frog, right back up, and finds the success.
Full frog or bullfrog as you go there?
Full frog.
Full frog, okay. Is that considered a food reference? I mean, everything was just in Paris, right?
Oh, that's fair. I would tend to stay away from the frog, though, personally.
No frog legs for you?
No.
Oh, all right. More for the rest of us. 5-4. Cheng and Hughes. Oh, right down the middle for the ace winner. 6-4.
One of their deadliest serves. They love to attack the deep middle from the service line, and they are pinpoint accurate, typically finding the last 2 to 3 feet of the court, and you can see how much pressure that can apply. Passing going south right now for Cannon and Kraft. They take an extra second up at the net, maybe an adjustment here in terms of their side out. Sara Hughes serving into the cross court, applies the pressure to Terese Cannon. She's got to cover that seam.
And right back to her. Nowhere to hide in beach volleyball. This one will be set to the right side just a little bit and hit that way. Cannon coming up with the kill. And check the server, make sure the right player is headed back to serve, and that will be Megan Kraft. Started beach volleyball or indoor volleyball at 10 down there at Coast Volleyball Club. Yeah. 2 years later, she was under the tutelage of Derek Olson out on the sand. Interesting choices having to be made now about sand or indoor. Beautifully done to the corner. The choice was beach volleyball for Kraft heading on into college, and boy, has it paid off. They had already qualified, she and Delaney Maple, for an AVP event before they even left high school. The youngest ever team to get out of the qualifier. Now with a successful college career in the rearview mirror, it's all about the pro ranks. This could be a preview of the chase to LA right here. Looking for Olympic qualification.
You mentioned being at Coast Volleyball Club, and it's so wild because that was actually back when I was coaching beach volleyball at Coast Volleyball Club, and I'll never forget just the way Meg Kraft approaches the game and how focused she was, even from such a young age. Her vision has been so clear, and she has executed on every single one of her dreams at this point. She is a 4-time national champion, and it's because of how she attacks every single practice, every single rep. So technical and so just mindful about everything she does now as a professional.
You're listening to Cameron Irwin, who's executed on her dreams as well. To play in the Pac-12 and cover the AVP, become a sports journalist.
Thanks, Kev. Get to tell these guys stories.
Birdie's proud of you. And probably Mike too. This one on Cheng again. Ripper.
Well, and it's also cool, you get a chance to see kind of these dueling systems, right? With their roots established at USC. The old way at SC, and I could say still somewhat traditional, is the fact that they love to attack from that far left pin and really open up big angles. Kelly Cheng has been notorious for that for years. They've also added in so many wrinkles to their game. The option offense, a huge part, and of course these two played together at SC.
Well, the game has definitely been evolving, and Anna Collier shepherded that program for a long time until it was taken over by our own Dane Blanton. And there are certainly differences in head coaches, but the game has been changing. You start to look at all that's been brought in with the option plays and the different contacts and what's allowed internationally versus nationally. Good opportunity here for Kraft. She can't get it. Cheng, a little bounce play. 10-8.
What a reach from Kelly Cheng. Gets the first contact, and Sara Hughes was on the move. I don't know if she would have made it there, but nonetheless, Kelly Cheng reaches back and sends that into the depth of the court.
Kelly wins another one on the net. 11-8.
Service pressure doesn't always have to come with pace. That's a great example. They have been going after Terese Cannon, whether that's into the seam or how about this, the opposite corner of her serve receive coverage, short and next to the net.
That one snuck over. Oh, cagey misdirection.
That almost looked like her partner. Going up with a little side poke, finding the short corner.
Well, she's been witness to it enough.
What a turn. Power into the line from Terese Cannon. Love the shoulders going that way. Keeps her arm swing, finishes right down that right hip, making sure that ball stays just within.
Technical timeout reached 12-9. Cheng and Hughes looking pretty smooth thus far. Of course, their partnership going all the way back to college, where they were a record-setting pair. Each garnering All-American honors in addition to a host of other honors as they took home national titles. We'll look at our Manhattan Beach Open recent women's champions. And you notice that Sara Hughes is on there, but alongside Kelly Kalinsky a couple of seasons ago. Alex Klein and April Ross were active in this tournament as well. No Canadian presence following the Olympic Games, strangely, as we look now at our road to the women's title. Chloe Van Nuss, you saw them moments ago, get into the semifinals. Rodriguez and Urango coming all the way back.
That's an incredible placement right there for Rodriguez and Urango, the 8 seed making the semifinal. They have had an all-out grind of a day and find themselves now having to face off against the #1 seed.
Well, they took out Simo and Van Winkle to take that spot, who of course performed so well out on Stadium.
Yeah, and took down Cheng and Hughes. That's a big win.
Well, and that'll be a rematch, Cloth and Nuss, Rodriguez and Urango. Coming up in our semifinals. And that'll happen tomorrow right here on Bally Live. And we'll head over to Ion for our championships. Hope you can join us for Championship Sunday. Plaques aren't given out that day, but they are established.
They're earned.
That's right. Everyone knows what will happen in the ceremony the following year on the Thursday before the NBO 2025.
It was a great crowd this year. They were deep along the pier.
All right, 13-9, Cannon and Kraft. They said stay aggressive and side out. They need to side out here. See how aggressive they are. That'll do.
It's cool to watch Terese Cannon's arm swing and her mechanics, because she actually comes in not necessarily with a straight on approach, but her shoulders stay pretty heavily into the angle. She doesn't have a whole lot of shoulder rotation and turn, but kind of allows her to keep her eyes locked in and let her arm go to work.
Well, she's going back to her roots there on the left. One time outside hitter, all Big East performer at Georgetown before transferring to USC to play beach.
Here's another good example. Look at that. Shoulders right into the angle. She's dialed in, finishing that arm swing all the way down the right side.
Comfort zone to the pin, too. Pushed all the way to the pin.
Here's a great look at the shoulders. It's another great way to add a bit of deception to your game.
Sara Hughes pulled that one out of her rear pocket and then cut it right off.
It's wild how much side spin she can put it on it with that cut shot. It's like a globe.
(14-11). Sun peaks out once again. Crowd full house. To watch the end of Saturday. That one's going to go easy. Smart decision from Terese Cannon. Go all the way back to 2014 for her freshman year there at Georgetown. And the decision to come back to beach, where she was Pac-12 All-Conference first team, Pac-12 All-Academic honors, like a lot of volleyball women, getting it done on the sand, on the hard court, and in the classroom. That one dropped really short. Is that Nick Lucena out there?
Looked like Taylor Kraft. We just had him out on stadium court, and he dropped one right in front of the defender, Billy Allen. But what I love, how aggressive Sara Hughes is with those last two steps. She fooled me. I thought she was going to detonate on that ball.
You were looking for some high pony angle?
Yes.
Touch, but not enough. Cannon continues to fire, this time down the line.
They're giving her right now the power shots, whether that's into the cross court. That was a little bit of a delayed play at the net from Kelly Cheng. They're looking for her to shoot. She continues to just score.
Nothing, Cameron, nothing. The Cannon continues to fire.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you're
That is really good. I like it.
It's late in the day. What are you going to do? We've had a full slate of action. Hope you've enjoyed it here on Valley Live. We're looking forward to the semis. This is the last spot available. That one is wide right. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point set. An elimination match. Win, you have a Sunday here with us. Lose, and you'll be at home.
Cheng not thrilled with her decision making there. That pass a little bit too low to option on.
Bad pass. Trying to go to the middle. Kraft scoops it up. Her partner puts it away.
Don't forget, Meg Kraft has just transitioned to becoming a defender, and she is really turning some heads for plays like this. Her ability to outstretch, find that second contact, solid lift up while she is all the way on the sand.
Now you're going to want to call, maybe, right? Do we have an argument? No, no argument
There
at
was
all.
no argument. It had a little spin to it.
The crowd took a breath.
It's a pretty quick release.
16-15, no controversy. Service coming from Kelly Cheng. Nice back bump set, perfectly done. And the smooth side outs of both sides continue. What's going to make a little bit of a run here? What has to happen for somebody to grab a real point, if you will, on their side, on their service?
On their service, I mean, you obviously have to find the defense right now. I'm impressed with Meg Kraft and her ability to find some reads. When we saw them earlier, that was one of the biggest difference. She kind of got on this rhythm where she understood exactly what was coming her direction. So I would love to see her find a couple digs, especially turning those for points.
All right, who will find the digs and the transition opportunities here as we get to the waning moments of set number 1. Tough serve down the line. Bump set put away. Now the big right arm of Kraft been on display. She's been crisp and smooth. It is a race to 4.
Well, and I think that's what's really got them back into this. You asked me about turning points, but the reality is their side out has been superb. I think their offense efficiency is really what's propelling them right now.
Both teams hitting over 500. Cannon Kraft near 6. Is that on the line? No, it's long. Just out. Timeout. Or side switch or both. Yeah, we'll get the side switch on 18-17.
Over Cheng and Hughes. Loser gets 5th.
Tough when you got the block up in front of you. You're looking for that poke. It's hard because you have to send a little extra pressure. Get it over the top of the block of Terese Cannon.
Hughes, right side. High over, run under by Kraft. Cannon, not there. 8 for effort, 18 apiece.
Watch the chase. There is that first contact. You talked about turning points. They are just on the verge of making a difference.
Yeah, that's when you get that scoop a little too high of a contact point and it goes behind you rather than up in front of you a little bit. And a timeout now called.
We will take a timeout.
You can guarantee
18-18.
Terese Cannon is going to be looking at this side out. They've had some success going up against her with some solid service pressure. There was a little wobbly in the mid part of this matchup.
I wonder if any family or friends of this pair were able to order the Snoop Dogg jacket or shirt. Or maybe combo. Did you see that one?
Oh, I hope so. I just love that he did the casual unzip. You thought he was only supporting one, and then the unzip with the other's face.
Dane had no idea. Talked to Dane about that, who was there doing the interview, of course, part of the broadcast team there in Paris, and he thought that was next level.
I have to say, though, Snoop's volleyball skills, they're pretty hot.
Oh, okay. Didn't see that. Saw him out of the equestrian. All right, 18 apiece. Race to 3. 5th place finish at those Olympic Games for Cheng and Hughes and their coach, Jordan Cheng. It is a difficult thing to win an Olympic Games. I would expect that they would be in hot pursuit to return in 4 years' time. They're going to be well within the window of excellence for beach volleyball athletes. How much pressure will they face from upstart collegiate players? We will see. Cloth and Nuss, a precipitous rise over the last 3 years, all the way into the Olympic Games, and of course we'll see them tomorrow in the semifinals. All right, race to 3. Working on Kraft here. A little bit of a push, touch, turn. No termination this time. Chop down short. Rolling it off the hand is Terese Cannon.
I'm a little surprised with the service pressure there. I think they were trying to find that deep middle again. However, nice play from Kraft, stepping in and finding a little bit of help on the side out.
Cannon Kraft with a real chance to extend here. Where do you go? Maybe down the middle. Option taken. This one does find the sand inside of the lines.
Not only playing for a spot in the semis here at NBO, but making it to Sunday puts you in a great position.
This is interesting. Hughes is going to the opposite side for this next serve. She had been serving left to right. Now she's going right to left.
That poke you'll get done. Excellent improvisation from Terese Cannon. And some aggressive fiving. Watch out.
I was going to say, that is a fired up Terese Cannon after that play.
Set ball. Cannon and Kraft to be up 1-0. You could read that. Well served, jousted. And blocked out on the line. Young USC, 21-19.
Young messy. Love the call, Kev. And even better, this block. Terese Cannon finds one when she needs it most. That one just falling on the sideline.
Chest bump and one away. 21 points perhaps could send them to a semi-final here in Manhattan Beach. What a journey that would be for this young pairing.
That's nice. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
So set 2 is in the offing. What adjustments will be made by Cheng and Hughes? Can they force a third? That's kind of the theme of the day. Much more dizzying action to come from Manhattan Beach.
The AVP Manhattan Beach Open is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
How about a little magic, huh?
Crowd staying full here in Manhattan Beach for our final match of the day inside stadium.
I think we know that little one.
Familiar face.
Mila.
Our producer Anja's daughter. It's a family affair out here on the AVP. And the Trojan family is kind of having one of those Thanksgivings where nobody's getting along. First set goes to Cannon and Kraft, 21-19 on the strength of Terese Cannon's blocking to finish. She finds herself again matching it up over the net. Is now back setting her partner. Another nice run by Hughes, and overhead goes Kelly Cheng.
How about this number, Kevin? Terese Cannon and May Kraft set 1. You want to look at what propelled them to victory. How about 17 combined kills and 1 error? That is between the 2 of them. Just in that first set alone, hitting 615.
Well, we know 60% of the time works every time. That's established lore and truth. That one's down the line.
Loving the range from Terese Cannon. We've seen several times she's got the power into the line as well. A lot of times athletes will only really be able to have, whether it's like a high line shot or a little bit of a crossbody, but she's showing she can go both into the line and in the angle with some pace.
Stretched out for that one, pushed it right down the middle. That's how you find the corner.
Kelly Cheng still looking for her first Manhattan Beach Open title. And get this, 23-7 in the Manhattan Beach Open. And the last 5 times she's played her, she's got a great record. She's a 2-time Olympian, but still looking to get her name on a plaque.
Well, that's a lot of wins to not have a plaque. On the other side, for Cannon and Kraft, they both have a 3rd place finish coming last year and the year before. Kraft did it alongside Emily Stockman in 2023. It was Sara Sponsel and Terese Cannon in 2022. So they're both looking for a return to the semis as that dig goes off the antenna.
A little bit of a fun backstory here as you watch Sara Hughes kind of pick and choose her locations from where she's serving. I'm telling you, she still remembers that sand monster from her earlier competition. She is trying to avoid that left corner.
Are you claiming that Sara Hughes was traumatized by the sand monster that ate her up?
I don't know if it's traumatized. She definitely was having a good laugh about it.
And is a sand monster like a jellyfish? Does it sting you while it wraps up your right leg, takes you
Pulls
down.
you back down. 1,000 leagues under the sea, more like under the sand.
All right.
We'll take the first switch here in set number.
Love the option. We haven't seen it as much. Teams have been forcing Hughes and Cheng to kind of play away from it, whether it's a line-to-line serve or into the middle. But if they can get that going, it's another great element to their offense.
The winner will face the defending champs, Flint and Scholes, in the semifinal. We'll have the women's and men's semifinals tomorrow, right here on Valley Live, followed by our finals on Ion TV. Check your local provider so you can tune in. Oh, that was the right idea, just a miss.
We had a spike set in the last match. How about a Tommy set?
A Tommy set?
A little tomahawk?
Oh, okay. All right. I was going through my list of Toms that I know. And anything they've done athletically. Trying it right back again and nearly putting it in the tape was Cannon. I'd believe the sound of relief after that.
Little approach with 1 foot, trailing that back in.
All right, 5-4, Cheng and Hughes with the ad. Trying to go high corner. There's a tomahawk again for you. Short poke read by Hughes. Cannon battles and wins at the net.
A lot of impressive play in that rally. Probably the most is Kraft, again, diving forward, able to provide just enough lift to create not only a dig, but a set here. And look at where she's at. Full stretch from the right side. And a block in front, no problem for Cannon.
And then an ace from Kraft. So here's the interesting thing about Kraft. At age 21, across the net from Sara Hughes, who is 29. You know Meg Kraft has seen a ton of film and watched a ton of matches of Sara Hughes. Could be why she looks a lot like her defensively. And now serving. And getting a block. Here come the youngsters once again. They lead by 2.
Terese Cannon knows her responsibility is to take away the right side of the court on that option. This right hand closing down. Perfect timing.
Have to remain aggressive. Shoot set over the line and good.
And there's the wrinkles they've added in, right? The development of Hughes and Cheng, the tempo offense, moving that ball around. I think they played a little bit simpler here in Manhattan Beach, maybe just kind of, again, working their way into some matches and feeling out where they are physically. But that is what really has set them apart in terms of the world stage.
A settable dig pushed way too far. Sara Hughes made something of it. But the middle is good from the other side.
I don't even know if Kraft left her feet for that attack.
You got to start teaching that at Coast.
Yeah. Little no jump for Meg Kraft on this. That's the only kind of volleyball I could play nowadays. No
I'm
jump.
with you on that. Sitting or no jump. I can play some 4-man though.
That is fun.
Just sign me up for B, C, or D.
Let that one go smartly, just out of bounds. 7-8.
(8-7). Cannon and Kraft with the victory in set 1, keyed by the blocking of the woman in the white visor, Terese Cannon. Nice scoop pass from Kraft, and that'll be called, and you're going to have an argument.
I didn't have that. Thank you, Terese. Yep.
You gotta let the argument be known. Has yet to be a call, really, throughout the day.
Just out of bounds, goes wide, 9-8.
Might have been a close one.
Kraft moves her service position. She goes a little wrist away down the middle. Down the line, there she is. Poked over, and it's just out. Trailed by a sprinting Sara Hughes.
If you don't know, you go. And Sara Hughes shows exactly that, tracking that all the way back to the service line, making sure they're walking away with the point.
If I don't know, I just ask you, Cameron, and generally you have the answer for me.
You might be the only one to say that.
And there's an answer at the net. Plays, picks up a stuff block. Cheng.
Of course, formerly known as Kelly Clays, married to Coach Jordan Cheng.
Right, didn't even have to change the monogram luggage.
That's great. Call that smart saving.
That was Cheng's first block of this match.
Yeah, Terese has had a little bit more of the betterment up at the net defensively. Talk about turning points. That could be one of the biggest difference makers on the opposite side for Kelly Cheng. Can she start to get a piece of these?
That one ripped aggressively down the line. Let it come across her body and let it have it. 11-10. The lead now for Cheng and Hughes in this competitive second set. A berth to the semifinals is the reward for the win here. The winner goes on. The loser is done and finishes fifth. Now, should you go on to Sunday, you have the opportunity to win entry into the AVP League, and this is the tracker. Brandy Wilkerson, Melissa Humana-Paredes, the medalists from Paris. They are off this weekend, did not come down to Manhattan Beach. So the door is open for someone else to get an automatic berth.
We will have a new opportunity for one of these teams. It's so interesting. You see Taryn Cloth, Kristen Nuss. They were in the final at Huntington Beach. Kelly Cheng, Sara Hughes tied at third with Betsy Flint and Julia Scholes. So 3 of those teams already in the top. Make it 4 when you look at Terese Cannon and Meg Kraft still in the running here at the NBO.
And in the hunt is really interesting because you have a couple of teams still in it. It's Tony Rodriguez and Ginny Arango on to the semifinals. And Savvy Simo, Abby Van Winkle finished 5th. So they're going to be advancing their way up and hopefully into the league. That begins September 14th and 15th in Los Angeles. And goes the regular season 8 weekends in a row down to Dallas, Texas, November 2nd and 3rd. Then back in LA for the conclusion, the championship. That will happen November 9-10. The endless summer continues, but not before we have one more heritage event in Chicago. Beautiful look at Stadium Court. And Kelly Cheng misses that one wide right. We have French fries on the board, Cameron.
Whoa. First time for you, Barney.
Well, today I've seen it, but I just let it go.
Did you?
Yeah. But now it's dinner time. It's dinner time. The sun is out. It's golden hour. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast wherever you are tuning into Valley Live. We have matches for you tomorrow coming up on Stadium. We'll have our semifinals, and then we'll move over to Ion TV for our finals. Men's and women's being given out. More championships, more honors, more immortality as that ball is dug up and transitioned for the win by the women in blue and white.
Sara Hughes pulling out the shovel. Watch the move, a step and a half. Finds not only her body down on the ground, but somehow sends that just far enough up for her partner to finish.
The ball pushed to the net and then terminated. All Big East crushing.
This is more swings we've seen out of Terese Cannon than at any other point in the day.
Well, they said it. Be aggressive and side out. If that was Abby Van Winkle, that one would have gone through for an ace.
She did have the net's number.
She did. She had 6 aces in one match. And 4 of them went through the cable. Tough serve. This time to the right of Kraft. Looking to go line. Not quite. Enough of it there. That has to either be a touch by the block or the defender running under it. 14 up.
Terese Cannon continuing to have a huge impact up at the net. Her ability to seal off an attack has been next level in this matchup. You can see the press, the extension. She's locked in on this attack.
Yeah, she took a ton of angle on that one. A little show and take going on. Hughes comes to the middle and goes short to the short side.
So when you've got a blocker that is going up looking for the hard-driven ball, that is the corresponding shot. Try and throw in a couple of short little angles around that extension, because the further they reach up, the longer it takes for them to find the ball back down by the sand. Really great shot selection from Sara Hughes.
That ball into the tape. Looking down the list of finishes so far as we try and get our final semi-finalists in place. I mentioned Savvy Simo and Abby Van Winkle. They had an outstanding tournament at 5th. Kim Hildreth, Tegan Van Gunst at 7th. Katie Spieler and Tori Van Winden from the qualifier 5 all the way to a 7th place finish. And the A team in at 9th. Ace service.
That's a great position for Tori Van Winden. That's really fun to see Katie Spieler back in the mix too. Both of them having dealt with some injuries. So fun to see them back on the AVP.
Katie Spieler's been spending a lot of time doing our job up at UC Santa Barbara, calling matches for the indoor teams.
Both of them training out of Santa Barbara. Caught up with Tori Van Winden just a few weeks ago in Santa Barbara. Loving volleyball, loves that community.
It's a neat place. Chad's on the beach. Excellent place if you're going for breakfast. Back set, pokey, dug up, pushed over. Oh, ready for it. That time was Kraft. Can she make it pay? No! Cheng with another stop.
Do not underestimate how difficult that dig is. Most people, if that ball is sent over the top of your head, your tendency is going to be just to backpedal, shuffle, shuffle, try and get a hand on it, maybe a tomahawk. But the real elite have the ability to turn and burn. Both Sara Hughes and, of course, Meg Kraft have that defensive chops to be able to turn and find those that are deep over the top of their head.
17-16, Cheng and Hughes with a 1-point advantage. Timeout. Cheng with those 2 blocks. Those have been consequential, finally getting a hold of the offense of Cannon and Kraft. Both teams still performing exceptionally on offense, 422 and 455 respectively for the match. But in this set, Cannon and Kraft have caught a little bit of a cold spell, hitting just 222. Part of that is the blocking of Cheng.
Defensively, I mean, both of these defenders are right kind of toe-to-toe. 8 digs for Sara Hughes, 11 for Meg Kraft through this match.
Cameron, this is how we're going to every broadcast from now on.
Hand in hand.
Yep, just so you know. We're going to wear the same outfits from now on, too.
Can't wait to see you in a crop top.
That ball's wide.
Getting out of the way of that one. That is out of bounds. Megan Terese was in there, but it is indeed barely out of bounds. 18-16.
A miss and a 2-point advantage for Cheng and Hughes, hoping to push this to a 3rd set. Down the middle, Cannon handles it. And snaps it home.
She has been relentless from an offensive standpoint, continuing to just pepper the ball, this time going deep middle.
I think 571 would qualify as relentless. 20 kills on 28 attempts.
And the other stat that you don't see is, in order to have those kind of numbers, you got to be able to pass the ball, and she has stepped up in a big way.
How about some more blocking here? 2 blocks in this set. Not this time.
Sara Hughes wants to change the momentum right here. I know they're up by 2, but in terms of their performance, she's added a little extra something on the last handful of swings.
Must have side out for Cannon and Kraft. And it isn't, it's an ace instead. This is looking more like we're going 3. Bookending our day with 3 setters. Set ball. High line is good.
Great hand on ball contact from Meg Kraft. Sees the defense below her, has plenty of time at the top of her jump to take a look. Knows exactly where to find the point.
Set ball number 2. Cannon will serve and rush to the net. Will it be an option play? No, you go straight to Cheng. She gets a full run up at it and pokes it over to the deep line. Let's head to the 3rd set.
These two just want to keep playing volleyball.
21-18, a reversal of fortune in the 2nd.
Cheng and Hughes are trying to continue the path. They dropped set 1, but honestly, love the decision making from Cheng right there. When you have as much fire and as much skill as Kelly Cheng has, you almost have to completely restrain yourself every time you go up, because all you want to do is just crush the ball. But her decision making to stay steady, find the high line. Nice job from Kelly Cheng.
Winner of this 3rd set's going to advance to face the defending champs, Julia Scholes and Betsy Flint. Number 3 seed here. Will it be the youngsters here, or will it be the veterans, Cheng and Hughes, the Olympians? Already survived one 3-set thriller in the contenders bracket against DeBerg and Harward. Fans are getting one last bit of volley here on a Saturday night before they disperse into the nightlife of Manhattan Beach. Maybe head off to Sunsets. Oh wait, that's not there anymore. Go to Strand House, Cameron. Or H2O.
Oh.
That's way back in the day.
Wow.
If you know what H2O is, good for you. And good you survived.
The old watering hole?
There was probably less water served than you would think with that name.
A different clear liquid.
All right, set 3 taking shape. Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin, ready to take you through our final set of the day on a Saturday for the Manhattan Beach Open. With this, we will have our final semifinalist and we'll be headed on to Championship Sunday. A race to 15. Kelly Cheng bounces that one off the cable. Kraft runs it down on the 2nd contact. Reset. Can they get a hold of it again? That is long, and it's a point for the team that won the 1st set, 21-19.
Will this come down to the defenders or the blockers? That's going to be a huge part of this 3rd set. Right now, Sara Hughes is just a dig away from having 10+ digs in all 6 of her Manhattan Beach matches this weekend.
Check down, chisel, right hand.
Offensive efficiency from set 1 to set 2 for Cannon and Kraft. To your point, dropping from 615 to 283. Or excuse me, 238.
Push the outside, softly over the top, looking for a touch. Nothing called. So that point will go to Cheng and Hughes. 2-1.
Kelly tried to get a hand on it. She was reaching.
It's just outside the line. More good work by our crew late in the day. They are on point still. That ball spun a little bit, doesn't matter. Rejection from Cheng.
A lot of different skills necessary to be a great blocker. timing is at the top of the list, and Kelly Cheng, recognizing Meg Kraft just about 3 feet off the net, makes a little bit of an adjustment, delays the block, and finds one.
Line shot, tough pass. Back-to-back blocks, no, yes, count it.
It's looking like the blockers are going to be the biggest difference maker here in set 3.
4-1 open for Cheng and Hughes. Again into that angle.
Kevin, only one player of these 4 has yet to earn a title on the AVP.
Kraft.
That's correct.
Well, got to get by this match.
Of course, Terese Cannon winning alongside Sara Sponsel in Hermosa in 2022.
That poke just gets inside the arms of Kelly Cheng. Noted video game enthusiast and anime consumer, Kelly Cheng. I said, what have you been playing lately? Nothing. Haven't been on it.
She's been playing volleyball.
A little too busy with the thing called the Olympic Games. Might have heard of it. Miss serve. 5-2. A third of the way there in our third set. We'll be back with you tomorrow here on Bally Live for the semifinals, and we'll be with you on Ion TV.
That's a big difference. Their 16th tournament together.
That ball had no topspin on it, and therefore it goes long 6-2. Timeout time is upon us for Cannon and Kraft.
I mean, Cheng and Hughes, again, continuing to fight through some 3-setters. There have been so many 3-set matches today. It's a little astonishing. Actually, on the women's side, of the 18 matches today, what do you think the number is that have gone to 3?
15.
10 of the 18 have gone to 3 sets.
Just felt like 15.
Is that your number?
14.
Shocked you didn't choose that.
That's not the answer to all questions. What is the answer to the question of how do you come back for this pair?
8 women's teams, 8 men's teams.
They got to clean up their offense.
Okay.
They've been doing a really solid job. Obviously, you think back to set 1, but the biggest difference is just their ability to side out. Can they find that first ball side out, get themselves in a position to start earning some real points?
Kelly Cheng's picked up 2 blocks in this one on Kraft.
Of course, some awesome friends in the stands. Katie and Michael making an appearance.
Be great if Michael just got on one knee right now. Be amazing.
Maybe someday. That's, of course,
all right,
Sand
6-2.
Club.
6-2, here we go. Can they get the offense on track? That's a good start, 6-3.
And I like it. Keep it a little bit more simple, finding that right sideline. Don't let these extended rallies go. Take out the equation of Sara Hughes defensively.
Kraft on the match with 1 ace. Good aggressive passing by Cheng, and then the kill to go with it. There was no doubt who was taking that middle.
Yeah, and you could also see the indecisiveness from Terese Cannon on the block. She kind of hesitated, late pulled, then threw the hands up. Wasn't exactly sure how she wanted to approach that.
7-3. Sometimes you're just kind of powering through a situation to get yourself through a match, through a tournament, through a day. It looks like that right now for Cheng and Hughes. Leaning on one another. That ball falls short.
When you attack out of the middle, you create an opportunity for a lot of short angles. And especially you see the block pulling off the net. You want to hit that ball.
Another missed serve. Too many missed serves for Terese Cannon.
Aces can build momentum. Absolute killer of momentum.
6th service error for Cannon in this match.
Service errors.
Good touch. Can they turn it around? The creative Kelly Clays drops it right over the top of Kraft. 9-4.
Love the fight of these two. Full lift and plenty of height to find the back corner.
The reigning world champions trying to get to Sunday. Trying to get Kelly Clays her first Manhattan Open victory. She sets and leaves. Kraft with another dig, and the transition kill. They're not dead yet, 9-5.
No, and there looked like a little bit of exhaustion in the middle of this rally, and rightly so. Kelly Cheng trying to get right back over there.
Well, remember how much volleyball they have played. We saw them just 2 hours ago before the start of this match, and they had played 2 more volleyball matches incomplete in the sun on what was a bright and beautiful day. Push, outside, cut, down.
Digging volleyballs and digging deep right here.
We'll take a side switch.
10-5, doubled up side switch coming. There isn't really a good side, bad side right now to my read of it, Cameron.
No, the wind has definitely died down. Nice little cloud cover, no sun in the eyes for all 4 of them.
There is still a little bit of a wind, but it's more or less due west, and it's behind the grandstands. We had a lot of swirling wind earlier, which was stronger. Kraft tried to go to that short side, blocked by Cheng. Second time is good. This time it's Cannon.
That's just so tough, right? You're a blocker, you get a hand on a ball, you're stoked, you've done your job, and next thing you know, they find the cover play right back out.
Time has to be now, I think, to make a move. Next 2 service turns. And that's an ace serve. So Cannon, who's been a little bit off from the line, finally dials up the range.
Continuing to attack the line-to-line from the serve. They're trying to eliminate that option, but they eliminate it in a different way with an ace.
Again to the corner, this time out.
Sara Hughes, ice water.
Kraft wanting a challenge. I'm not sure how we're going to accomplish that, but it's getting a good laugh from the referees. You can check the ball mark, but that one does appear to be out.
Got it on the replay. How did Sara let that go?
They got one.
Whew.
Needed side out here. Option taken. Have to keep getting one every single time here. At least one on this service turn. If you're Terese Cannon, you'd love to pick up a stuff block that was so key to closing out the first set.
Hughes taking things into her own hands, controlling this from the offensive standpoint.
Well, easier to see perhaps from this perspective, but each time Sara Hughes has been set to that outside on the right when they do the push, she's come back to
Cross
the angle.
court.
Yeah, I was looking for Terese Cannon to block to that angle. The ball's not hit terribly high.
And that's a big move for Terese to have to make. Not only does she have to go all the way to the pin, then force it back in.
Hughes lays out.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
And listens to her partner. Cutty indeed.
That is as good as it gets from a defense to offense standpoint. Sara Hughes, I don't even know how she held onto her breath. Finds the dig. Little partner love there on the call.
13-8.
That's what you call the TLC.
Closing in style, there's an ace, and we are at match point.
For Cheng and Hughes.
Hughes putting a stamp on it 1 point early. Match ball 1. Same serve. This time ripped by Kraft. going to be a long journey here. Can't do anything but play the point in front of you. Second match point opportunity for Cheng and Hughes to go to a semifinal. Clays. Straight down. I got 2 tickets to Sunday. They're going to Cheng and Hughes.
Cheng and Hughes turn to the crowd, looking to get them involved in the celebration. They know they're going to need them tomorrow. An incredible journey from Paris now to Manhattan Beach and on to Championship Sunday.
That's not how you draw it up when you think about your journey in Manhattan Beach. To have to play 6 matches, come through the contenders to put yourself through to Sunday, but you'll take it. Hand in hand, they came out, and hand in hand, they will go to Sunday after a victory in this semi.
Just love the resilience of these two, right? Dropping set 1, you find set 2 and set 3, and you are just fighting for points. People limiting your option play, looking for different ways to score, and just adding pressure in every phase of the game. From the service line, there's that cross-court ball you love so much, the tempo offense. And even Kelly Cheng stepping up some big-time moments and finding blocks when they needed the most.
And finding some crowd support here in Manhattan Beach for the 2 Southern California natives. That'll put a little smile on your face after a quite difficult day. As we look at our updated bracket, our semifinals are set. Cloth and Nuss against Rodriguez and Urango in a rematch. Cheng and Hughes, Flint and Scholes. 3 of the players there have an MBO title. Flint and Scholes with a title just last year. The defending champs still in it. On the men's side, still have the Kraft brothers. It's going to be a Kraft Boyle in the semifinal. Trevor and Theo Brunner taking on Taylor and Taylor Sander. On the other side, the Olympians Evans and Budinger were nearly eliminated yesterday. They fight their way through a very difficult survival Saturday to face off with Benish and Partain.
What was one of the biggest questions coming into this weekend?
How would the Olympians play?
Guess what? Every single one of them is moving on to Championship Sunday.
Indeed they are. So the plate is set. You know where you need to be. Right here and then on ION TV for the finals. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday.